Hello and welcome. Today we have a special knot called the Celtic Love Knot, and as you can see, this is basically two hearts that are joined together, and then the one single strand is a representative of the eternal love that's binding them together. It's quite sweet, quite charming. What can I say? I'm a romantic. So we're gonna be doing this guy today. Now, starting over on the side here, I'm just gonna do my grid pattern, and really fast, you notice on this one, it's gonna be a nice simple 2x3 grid, and I'm just using the larger size so that it's easier to draw with. So I'm gonna start with drawing relatively large open circles, and what this is going to do is it's going to make my gap in between my threads a little bit bigger, which I like. And now, I'll just center that a little bit better. Now I put one in between all of the blocks like this, so that I can form my diamond patterns, like so. And again, with my drawing, I just use a basic mechanical pencil. It works for me, so I do it. And I also just like to use my regular ballpoint pen. Nothing too fancy, but it works. So, once again, starting with the circles, you're going to go with the inside of the outside of the circle, inside of the diamond, just like that. And just diagonal lines like that. And then you're going to do them perpendicular to those lines here, making sure that runs all the way up to the side there, like that. And then here, I come in, and I'm just going to fill that in. Here, here, and here. Now, because it's a heart that is, two hearts that are joined together, I'm going to have my corners be rounded. Now, sometimes I'll have sharp corners, and I like that look sometimes, but here I like having a little bit more round. I think it's nice. So I'm going to come back up to here, and also I'm just filling in the dots now instead of going back later. And for this one, like this one over here, I extended this out quite a bit. I think I'm going to make this one a little bit closer. So I'm actually going to take this point, and I'm going to bring it up to here. I think having it a little bit closer makes it look nice. And then let's put a little spike there. And then this guy, I'll bring to here, like that. And I'll put a little spike there. At this point, we have the design. We have it technically done, but as you know from me, we can go a little further. So once again, I'm just going to go in and shade on this little side here, so that way it'll give the appearance that this thread is above these threads here. So I'm going to go in, just put a little shade like that. Then this one, I'll put a little shade here, like that. This one, put a little bit like that. Then over here, a little bit like that. A little bit like that. And then I'm also just going to come in, make sure that it comes all the way to the edges like it can, like that. And yeah, if you make something like this and give it to someone, oh, I forgot this one. Yeah, if you make something like this and then give it to someone that you care about, they'll appreciate it. Might get you a second date. All right, cool. So now, one of the things that I like doing on the previous one over here is I did that same technique that I did before with the Celtic Knot shield by having the color on the outside, because when I do this, we've got the one heart here, like this, and I bring this in, come to here, bring this one here, I'll finish up the other one in a second, but loop around, and here I have a heart already built in. So you'll notice too that this has the thing on the outside of the heart, whereas for the other one, now the solid line is on the inside of the heart. And what this does is it essentially creates two hearts that have two different kind of colorings on there because of how the positioning is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to shade just lightly here, just so I can get down the impression of having the color. And this is important because we want to do it light, not super dark, so then it can be blended. And also you notice the shadows, they still come through, so that's nice. That's like that. And now what I'm going to do, going in with the colored pencil, is I'm going to just start kind of with this line, and you can't really blend colored pencils. That's quite unfortunate, but it's life. But what you can do is you can just make like little circles like this, just right around, and you notice how it seems to pull the color towards the lighter stuff. When really all that you're doing is you're just not putting as much pressure. You're laying down a little bit more. And the thing about the circles is that it just kind of makes it a little bit more organic for blending purposes. Blends into the rest of the color a little bit better. And I find that it's quite nice. I've tried doing the whole, kind of back and forth perpendicular lines. I've tried doing the parallel lines, but circles really just work the best for blending for me. So I do it. So anyways, so now I got that in there. And now, because it's still a little bit distinct, now I'm just going to go kind of lighter. I'm going to do a few more circles. Just like that. Just going over. And what this does now is it blends it out just a little bit more. Like so. And again, you notice that the thread is essentially the same all the way around, but the positioning of it makes it such that it looks like you now have a very distinct bright red heart there, and then right here, kind of a paler heart. And they're all united under the one single strand that goes forever, hopefully like the love that you have for the person you're giving this to. So this is another kind of Celtic knot, and it's another one that I really like. So thank you for joining me, and yeah, if you enjoyed this, definitely give it a like, and consider giving me a subscription. That'd be cool. Yeah, I can't talk apparently, so yeah. Otherwise, happy drawing, and take care. Hope this brings you joy. Have a good one.